What's good, guys? I'm Popo. Thank you very much for coming to the channel. What I want to do today is show you guys how I use my MPC Live. I got it hooked up the 6 outs into the mixer, which is super dope. I know the MPC X has 8, which is super dope. And the rossum I'm using has 8 outputs also. I'm using my MPC Live to kind of fill out the drums for me on the MPC. I'm not the best drummer in the world, but the rossum will teach you. It's got a different swing to it. I love the rossum because it has a different swing. When you hit swing on the MPC, and I was trying to listen to it, I'm like, I couldn't really hear it, the swing. I couldn't hear the swing. I had no idea what it was. But when I hit the swing on the rossum, it swings. Other than that, guys, I use my MPC X. It's going to be sequencing out my new matriarch, and my MPC Live is going to be sequencing out my rossum. Everything's split up into individual channels into the mixer, and this is all kind of new to me, and I love being able to have all of my sounds in their own lane. I'm learning a whole lot about it. I just got into a brand new mixer. Nothing wrong with any of the mixers that I had. I've been using the Soundcraft for 5 years now, maybe 6, close to 5 years now, and I love the board. It's just I wanted 8 outs, and I wanted to go over some things about my other mixer that I got. It's really showing me, like, if it's not a mixer comparison, but if you're gonna be getting into a mixer, what I highly recommend, and this helped me, was to be able to hear natural playback. When you put an album or a record into your mixer, you don't want to have that EQ already messing. When you want to hear the natural sound of it, my old mixer didn't have that, so it's stepping me forward. So I was listening to a record, the EA Ski record, and I was listening to it, and then I hit the EQ button, and when I EQ'd it, it sounded a little fatter whenever I added stuff to it, but I wasn't that far off to the original EQ. So the A/B testing thing, I'm kind of getting into that. I really like that. I put a lot of records through there, and it's not a bad thing, because how I used to do it, I would put on a baseball game or a hockey game, and I would just straight up tune it. I even had my daughter down here. I'm like, that doesn't sound like a hockey game, does it? She's like, no. I'm like, tune that to where it sounds like a hockey game. So it's good practice to be able to do that, but to be able to hear the natural playback and then your added playback on top of it is super dope. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and lay down a song today, and I've got something kind of working on the MPC sequenced out, and I hope that you guys enjoy. I really just want to make music, and I hope that you guys enjoy this. And it's basically an audio test to make sure I got everything hooked up. I'm still missing wires. I still need 22 wires. I'm going to be using my old mixer as an I/O. It's a 22 channel I/O, so why wouldn't I use it? It worked great before, so I'm still going to use that. But there's still a lot of things that I need to hook up in here, and little by little, day by day, with practice and patience, and I give anything to do it, you know what I mean? I love being able to do it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and lay down this track here. I'm going to switch off cameras and see what we can do. Let me bring you over here and show you what I got going on. Okay, so this is kind of a little rig setup right now. I always like to take my gear and bring it into the studio, and then I'll bring it into that side of the studio over there after I practice here. Okay, but so far I'm using this as a USB controller. I got 7 synth tracks and then a drum sequence going into my rossum. My rossum is going 8 outs into this side of the mixer. That's dedicated just to the rossum. That over there. And it's super dope. I'm learning a whole lot about mixing and everything, and the groups, and so, and even the audio is coming back through this mixer. If you heard any of my other videos, we're going to do a comparison in my audio through this mic, through this mixer later. But I got everything in the studio hooked up. There's 1 through 6 on the MPC Live, those wires going back through here, and then my MPC keys going out of the keys into those last two XLRs right there. And then I get my turntable hooked up in there. It sounds sweet. One bad thing, one sad thing, one of the saddest things that happened this week was my Studio Logic Sledge. It was my favorite synth. The Matriarch trumps it by far, but it's in its own lane. So check this out. This was my baby, dude. Oh, Emma. Okay. This went out on it. This whole thing right here. It's all whacked out, dude. I love that keyboard, man. It's sad. So now I'm just using it as a MIDI controller, unfortunately, to control something going into my X. And my X is sequencing my Matriarch, Model D, my Neutron, life forms, and some other stuff. I'm just bummed out about this. This was one of my favorite synths. I want to have to make some of my favorite sounds on here. So one thing I'm gonna definitely recommend you do is utilize even if you go headphone out of that bad boy, out of your synth into your MPC, just sample the sounds. I was lucky enough that I made those 2 expansion packs, and I had auto-sampled the crap out of my sounds. Any sound that I make on any of that gear over there, there is no save button. You know, if you make a sound and you like that sound, you better sample it. That's why I love the MPC, because what you put into it, it replicates it perfectly. It's like it just records it straight, and it's nice and loud, yeah. It's really, really awesome. But yeah, just auto-sample your sounds, guys. I have a video on it a few times. If you need any help, it can be kind of painful, but all you need is one sound. Just get one sound. Just try to get one sound out of your real board, because you don't want it to happen to you. Or now I got this mixer and I'm getting ready to hook it up there, and she died before I could even plug her in, man. Let's make some music. And wish me luck, because I have no idea how this is gonna go. I'm just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna hit play, find my headphones. Y'all are with me on this. And I'm half blind too, so give me a break, right? This is what a half blind man looks like in the studio. Here we go. Get some headphones on. Cool. Everything's sounding nice going in through its own channel. And I hope you can hear my voice over this. We're going to find out on the playback. So now I'm going to go to the keys on the other side of the studio and lay down something on those 2 tracks, and then put the Moog over it and see how the audio comes out. And if you're wondering how I have this all synced up, I have it synced up with Ableton Link standalone. I got a Wi-Fi running off of my cell phone, which all my MPCs are connected to. Alright? Cool, we got 2 tracks on there. Let's go over here. definitely seeing progress, and it's a lot to learn, but that's what it is, man. And I'm enjoying it. Thank you guys very much for listening, and I hope you come back to listen to some more. Who knows where this can go? Right on. I'll see you on the next one.